Alright. Alright. Before we talked about the first 10 weeks of innovation project teams, and now we are going to talk about leading an innovation team. And we want to focus on the leader this time and how a leader is going to manage him or herself, and how the leader is going to change him or herself. So there are three elements here. First is how you should think as a leader. The second one is your personal attributes as a leader, what kind of attributes you should have. And the third is what is going to be your let's say, leadership style. And the leadership style is not something that's written in the stone. It's simply a kind of leadership approach that you pick, and you think that this leadership approach is going to be appropriate in the context of leadership. So, how should I think as a leader? There are a couple of points here, like the perception, the self-perception you have. And as you get into more challenging jobs, you must move onwards and upwards in your thinking. It means that the more challenging the job, the more your thinking changes. You need to be great at coming up with creative ideas, but this is not enough, because as a leader, you are not supposed to have all the ideas. As a leader, you're supposed to get your team members to come up with ideas. So if you're a leader and you want to play the role of an employee, the role of a subordinate, then you can't be a leader. Obaidullah, you need to wait for this question because it's going to be more clear. If I want to talk about it now, I will read the following slide. So just hold on a second, and we can come back to your question. And start thinking as an innovation professional. Well, what does it mean when you want to think as a professional? Are we not professionals when we are not leaders? Or what does really mean? Well, it's thinking as a professional is that when you are not a leader, you do not have a lot of responsibilities. So as a leader, as a simple employee, an engineer, as head of the staff or something, when you come up with ideas, you only think of that idea. You think that this idea is going to help this organization at this stage. But you are not able to see the big picture. Not necessarily because you don't want, because when you don't have responsibility, when you don't have the leadership position, you do not try to see the whole picture, because you have a limited responsibility, a definite job, which is defined within the borders. So you come up with ideas, they are creative, they are helpful, but they are not reflecting the big picture. But when you are a leader, you have to think as a professional. So when you or your team members come up with ideas, you need to see how this idea fits into a bigger picture. And by bigger picture, I mean you need to consider all aspects of this idea. If this idea is not going to improve the quality in a desired manner, if this idea is going to cost a lot and does not benefit the company a lot, if this idea has more costs than benefits, even if it's a good idea, because you're a professional, you think that how this idea is going to benefit the company, you need to forget about this idea. Or you need to work on this idea and make it more fitting. So being a professional is thinking of all aspects and thinking of the big picture. This is probably the most important part of this slide. And a very good example that was brought in the book was that how often, for example, do we hear people reflecting on how the A sales representative does not necessarily make the best sales manager? The bottom line is, if you are a very good and successful sales representative and your sales are high, that does not necessarily mean that you are going to be the best sales manager. Because if you are not able to think big, to see the big picture, to see the whole process of innovation, you cannot lead a team. You cannot lead others. And if you are the best salesperson, you can sell everything. You can convince people to buy. You have all your techniques and charisma. But if you cannot get others to do the same good job, you cannot be a leader. Because a leader's job is not to do the job, is to motivate others, to enable others, to work with others, so that others do the job. And by others, I mean all team members, not one or two. So when you're a leader, you should not think of yourself. You should think how you get the job done through others in the best way possible. And Ubaidullah asked the question that if a leader, it means changing or bringing innovation in your team through changing your personal attributes and style of leadership. Yes, it's correct. Because when somebody makes you the leader or assigns the leadership position to you, if he wanted you to do the job, he would ask you, go do the job. Why do they put you as a leader of a team? Because they want you to help other people to become like you. They want everybody who works good. They hire a leader because they want this leader to train other employees, other team members, other engineers. And they want to develop collectively, because a company is successful when everyone is good. If there are a handful of good people, this is not going to very much help. So there is a quick tip here. And that is, think about your next job and imagine how different it will be. Then list the things you can do today to help prepare the next challenge. Your next job is just simply wants to transfer this message that you need to think proactively. By thinking proactively means you have to think of future before the future becomes today. So in thinking proactively, you make a list, and this list concerns tomorrow rather than today. You always think what you are going to do in near future. And this near future could be tomorrow, next week, next month. So leader always looks into the future. So what personal attributes do I need as a leader? Let me make this bigger if possible. Okay, this is a kind of self-assessment. You have to ask yourself, what do I need? Knowledge, competencies, attitudes, behaviors. And we touch upon each of them now. Okay. KABC, CAC. Normally I put them like this because it's more easy to remember. This is a technique to make short acronyms so that students can remember for exams, tests, and for yourself. Do you have the necessary knowledge about changes in the industry, your top 10 customers and major competitors? And when I say customers, imagine you're a consultancy firm. Imagine you are an insurance firm. Imagine you are a wholesaler. You have always very important customers who contribute a lot to your business profit. You also have major competitors. I mean, when you look at the car industry, BMW, Mercedes, they are always competing. Audi, these are the three competitors that always compete with one another. Then when you go to the sector of family cars, we have Volvo, which competes with other cars, which competes sometimes with Ford. So you always should know enough about your customers and competitors. Do you have the competencies to think creatively, conduct analyses, to understand why things happen or could happen? You need to review innovation processes and put into place plans that will deliver benefits on time and within the budget specified for that project. A competency simply means ability. So here you have to ask yourself, am I able? And it's very clear. For example, if I ask you to run 1 kilometer within, let's say, 5 minutes, or even less, you should ask yourself, am I able to run this distance within this time? And when you want to be a leader, you have to see if you have the right capabilities. Leadership is not a fancy job. Leadership is a lot of job. And sometimes it's a dirty job because you have to have a lot of capabilities. So putting yourself on the hot spot, sitting on the hot chair, does not make you feel good if you are not competent. So this is what you have to ask yourself. So before accepting the position, you have to think of these. Once you are in the position, you have to think of these. When you are in a position of leadership, you have to always assess yourself so that you don't drop the qualities you need to have. Do you have the right attitudes in terms of being positive? If somebody is a negative person, a pessimist, he should not accept or she should not accept to become a leader, because If you're a pessimist, how are you going to lead? How are you going to give positive energy to others? This is part of your job. This is part of your attitude. This is part of your baggage. So it's very important that you see, if you're a negative person, if you're a pessimist, you have to first solve this problem and then become a leader. And when I say leader, don't think a leader is the president of a country. No. Even if you have 2 or 3 staff under your supervision in a team, you're leading them. You're a leader, but you're a leader of a very small team. But still, you need to have positive attitudes. You need to be competent. You need to have knowledge. Your competitors then might be the other teams. If the competence is useful, okay, competence is something that you need to build it through time. For example, the students who take MBA courses, they are building competencies. So MBA gives you a lot of knowledge and a skill which is counted as your competency. So you always need to have role models, and you say that, okay, these are the people I want to be close to be similar to. And you need to see what kind of skills they have, what kind of competencies they have. And then you try to build those competencies. You strategically plan and you approach those steps, and you take the steps and you gain the competencies. Like if you want to be a marathon runner, you want to be an athlete, a professional athlete, a professional swimmer. So you need to gain the competencies a professional swimmer has. Yeah, the acronym back is also nice. Thank you very much. It's a good idea. I will change it. I will change it. Wardeck. Back is good. Back is good. Let me write it down here. Let me write it down here. Very nice. Okay. We talked about competencies, attitudes, and now let's talk about behaviors. And do your behaviors actively support others in the innovation process? And do you have the determination to overcome obstacles? So attitude is something that is intangible, that is abstract. Okay. What is it writing you? We couldn't understand this difficult expression, Mr. Hakmal. KABC is just an acronym. It stands for knowledge, C stands for competency, A stands for attitude, B stands for behavior. Now, you guys are having a conversation there. I don't understand. What is the question now? It's just an acronym. You can use something else. You can use back. What is writing? B stands for behavior, A stands for attitude, C stands for competency, K stands for knowledge. Okay. And then we have the right attitude, we have the right attitudes, we have right behaviors, we have the competencies, and we have the relevant knowledge. So behaviors are very important here because they are tangible. You can use a structured approach to identify specific areas in each of the 4 categories, and by 4 categories I mean knowledge, competencies, attitudes, and behaviors that you need to work on. So you can draw a table and list down all and see how assess yourself very objectively. You need to take time to discuss your thoughts with your boss or your coach and seek evidence for seek advice for good or poor performance. Perhaps you can summarize your thoughts in the form of a SWOT. You can also do a SWOT analysis for yourself. Before you put the plan, you can do a SWOT analysis and mention your strengths, your weaknesses, and your team SWOT analysis. As a leader, you do a SWOT analysis. You say that, for example, Mustafa has these strengths, Farid has these strengths, and these weaknesses. So before even preparing a plan, you can do the SWOT analysis to see where you stand. But in order to become a very good leader, it takes time. So you cannot expect a lot of changes so fast. And you need to work on yourself, but do not expect fast results. Make sure you know what the strategy of your business is and focus your innovation activities on the specific imperatives for the next 1 to 3 years. Hopefully, I'm going to have a session on business innovation and business strategy. Hopefully, it was not within your plan, but innovation happens in a firm if it is really within the business strategy. Because day by day, companies are very busy and they are always have a lot of things to think about. There are a lot of improvements to be made. There are a lot of changes to be made. So it's not that the company is stagnant and a boring place and nothing happens. No, every company is busy. So if you want to make changes, these changes should be towards a definite direction. And this direction is the business strategy. So when you know the strategy, you can direct the innovation projects towards that strategy. And this is probably the most important factor, because you can go north, you can go south, you can go east and west, but you have to pick a direction and then work on the ideas in that direction. And this direction is the strategy. Attitudes, as asked by Nasir, is about seeking synergies between other people's ideas and constantly looking for breakthroughs. Start thinking as an innovation person. Attitude is something that you carry with yourself. It's not something you can touch, but it's something that you can feel. So, if your attitude towards life is positive, you try to interpret events around you positively. If Ubaidullah has a positive attitude towards Mubin, even if Mubin makes strange things. Ubaidullah interprets these strange things as good things, normal things, positive things. On the other hand, if Ubaidullah has a negative attitude towards Mubin, whatever Mubin does, no matter how good they are, Ubaidullah interprets them as something few, yak, and stuff like that. But attitudes are abstract. You cannot see them, you can feel them. But behavior, you can see them. Behavior is a physical movement. Behavior is when you do something. For example, your innovation team, several engineers in your innovation team come up with an idea. They need extra hours of work. So when you write a letter to your boss and ask them to give you another workshop to work in, this writing a letter is a behavior. Okay? So writing a letter is behavior. Making a phone call, because it's physical. It's a physical action. Making a phone call is a behavior. Getting the keys and opening the doors in the workshop is a behavior. So these are the behaviors that actively support others in the innovation process. Well, in a company, your attitude is important, but you should know that you are not alone. Many other people are watching you. So you have to make your decisions based on evidence. So attitude is very important to motivate your team members. But eventually, if you make decision without evidence, people are going to question you. They say why, and if you don't answer why, they notice that you have a very bad attitude, and then they fire you because you don't have evidence. So at the end of the day, you cannot do what you want to do, but if you have a negative attitude, it will not help you success. If you have a positive attitude, it will help you success. So you succeed with the right attitude, right behaviors, right competencies, and right knowledge. Now let's talk about the leadership style. There are 5 leadership styles here: command, question, consult, collaborate, and consensus. Command is autocratic, no one else involved. Question is one-on-one fact gathering. Consult is one-on-one opinion seeking. Collaborate is group meeting. Consensus is group decision. So this is, as we go down, we have more individual empowerment, and we are going to see through each of them. Consensus is when everybody reaches a decision. Everybody agrees. These hierarchy, these are the tentative steps into leadership. In each case, you need to take time to reflect. Reflect means think about what leadership style may be appropriate for the innovation champion. And innovation champion is you. And you are championing the innovation in a team. One way of thinking about this is to consider the extent to which you involve others in events and key decisions. So when we have command and then we have collaborate, in command there is certain degree of involvement. In collaborate there is certain other degree of involvement. One extreme is to be dictatorial and adopt a command style. So if you're a dictator, you always command people. There is no best. Mustafa, there is never a best leadership style. And you are going to see why. So if your command, you pick the command style, you make decisions in isolation without involving or consulting others. Like the dictatorship regimes, the dictator makes the decision in his or her own office, and then the decision is made in isolation, and then the decision is announced in public. So I am commanding others to do something. For example, you may decide what the priority ideas are. You say that these are the ideas, we have to work on it. So Mustafa does not discuss the ideas with others. Mustafa just tells the team, these are the ideas, go work on it. At the other extreme, which is consensus, we will allow the group to decide what ideas to choose. It is a consensus-driven approach. So look at it as a society. In one society, the president makes the decisions, the king makes the decisions, and the rest of the societies follow. While in one society, it's a consensus-driven approach. People of the society make the decision. And there are, of course, stages in order to confirm facts, such as the threat from the competition, or you may consult them individually or as a group and ask their opinion, but then still make the decisions yourself. So, for example, in the question stage, you ask to gather facts, but you still the decision maker. It's a question. You ask for fact. You're a boss. You say, what was the sales profit last year? What was the sales profit this year? Okay, that's enough. I have my facts. Go home, I make the decision, I'll let you know. But you collect the facts through people. So these are simply the leadership styles. And you need to see which one to choose. Not necessarily there is the best. There is the best considering these criteria: time, commitment, and quality. So you adopt. There is a preferred style for the innovation champion. The reality is that there is no one right or wrong answer, and that is the answer to Mustafa. There is no one right or wrong answer, and that your choice will vary depending on the situation. So Mustafa needs to do what? To consider the situation. Therefore, you need to adapt your style based on 3 criteria, and these are time, quality, and commitment. And again, there is a question, what is time? TCQ is the acronym. And for your exams, what I ask you, basically, one question possibly could be, for example, what leadership styles is appropriate, considering I give you a scenario, for example, you define them, you discuss them, and you give examples, you give appropriate elements to be considered and stuff like that. So exam questions will be very clear, but you need to make examples, because if you don't give me examples, I will not make sure that you understand. So that was just a footnote to consider. So time, quality, commitment. Involving others increases both the time delay in the decision and the number of people and time involved in the decision-making process. This can cause serious delays when decisions need to be made quickly. Okay. Imagine there is a fire, and Mustafa is the leader of the firefighting team. Mustafa is a very liberal person. He is very nice. He doesn't want to be a dictator. Mustafa wants to be a person who always cares for others' ideas. Mustafa is a real democratic leader. What does Mustafa do? Says, hey guys, I know that there is a fire. I know that people are dying, but listen up. Let's respect democracy. Let's sit here, have a cup of tea, and discuss together. What is the best approach to put the fire out? And then Mustafa tries to ask, for example, Naveed. Naveed comes up with an idea. Nasir does not agree with that idea. Najib says, okay, so. So by the time Mustafa reaches a decision, all the people are dead, the building is collapsed, and there is no need even to go for the fire because the fire is automatically finished. Half of the town is burned also. So if Mustafa goes for consensus-driven approach, he practically screws the job. So that's why leadership, there is no best, there is no wrong or right answer. For certain situations, you go for command. For certain situations, you go with question. For certain situations, you go with consult. And for certain others, you go with collaborative and consensus. Yes, you need to go for autocratic for these situations because it's not, if there is no time, you just, Mustafa needs to say, Naveed, you do this. If Naveed starts asking questions, you kick Naveed out of the team because there's no time for asking questions. But if you are sitting in the House of Representatives, you are working on a law, you can get others' opinions. It's different. Involving others, it takes time. So if you see down here, there is time invested and speed, and this is an important element. On the other hand, the more involved people feel, the more likely they are to commit to decisions and actively support the implementation of new ideas. On the other hand, if you don't let people to contribute to your ideas, they feel that they are pushed aside, so you lose your commitment. So commitment happens. Commitment is when you give all of yourself to something. Commitment is when you agree with the decision, you spend time on it, you love the decision, you do your best. And when you do your best, you spend all your energy and effort in order to complete the task to the best of your ability. And commitment is in consensus. Of course, in a firefighter team, you have a strong deal of commitment because the team members know that it is not the time to discuss, it is a time to just follow. Yes, I agree with Abdul Mubin on commitment note, which should be from leader, which should come from leader, and which should come from follower. There is no point making decisions in isolation if you lack the facts or experience, which in turn reduces the quality of your decision. Okay, we have the quality of the decision. If you're a dictator and you don't know about your society and you make decisions in your office, these decisions do not have quality because these decisions are not based on fact, are not made out of clear evidence. So quality of the decision depends on the information, because if this is the decision-making process, or if this is the mind of a dictator, fact goes in, these are facts, these are data, these are evidence, and then the decision goes out. This is decision. If this part is missing, this decision here does not have the quality. Okay? Exactly. I also agree with Muhammad. So now you're reflecting on your style of leadership using the simple model below. What is your preferred style? And it's all about your preferred style based on the time. So command style is the ability to analyze the situation and solve problems alone, make decisions proactively, think ahead, and manage risks, and the willingness and ability to tell others what to do. So if you think about it, it's not also bad. Many Chinese companies are following this command autocratic leadership. The CEO makes the decision and others follow. Question. Ability to ask open and closed questions, and most importantly, listen to the answers without interrupting, to the point where you have sufficient facts to make a decision. So whenever you want to make a decision, you need a lot of facts and evidence. You go for question style. And this is where your employees are not competent enough, do not have the ability to make decisions. They just have the ability to give you information. In a collaborative style, there should be the ability to manage meetings effectively. So meetings happen in a collaborative style with clear objectives, agendas, logistics. So you go to the meeting as a CEO with an agenda, but you have a meeting with people. There is willingness to challenge the group. You need to discuss ways forward and manage conflict where there are different opinions. So collaborative has to do with our discussion of conflict in the team, because in the team, it's not like a command. Here in innovation teams, we have a lot of collaborative style. Open and closed questions. A closed question is that For example, I say, Lida, were you late because you were watching TV, or were you late for your class because you were just relaxing? So Lida has two options. Either she should tell me I was watching TV, or she should tell me I was relaxing. This is a closed question. But if I ask Lida, can you explain to me why you were late for your evening class? So Lida should explain me the reason and justify the reason. So Lida can write a paragraph that I was late not because I was relaxing or I was watching TV, but I was late because I was playing with my kids. And because of that, I was late. And this is an open question. Well, the moment you have a favorite style, it's dangerous because you're biased. You have attitude towards it. Now Farid says she was late because of bad connection of the internet. She is defending Lida. Okay, so you see, open questions always lead to a lot of information. But if a closed question is limited information. So you have to see how much information you are looking for. And in open question, everybody contributes. Okay, very good for you. Consensus is the ability to set group boundaries, facilitate discussion, build consensus in a team. Consensus means agreement. And you need to have a lot of commitment. Remember that everyone needs to agree with the decision of the group when we are talking about consensus. And they need to commit to it. So consensus is very strong leadership style. Because once a decision is made, everybody is for it. So everybody here agrees, everybody contributes, everybody is willing to do it. But the process is very long. It's very time-taking. It's something which does not happen very fast. Even if in the firefighting team, the team has confronted a very strange situation, something that they have never had in their trainings. They need to reach a consensus within 2 minutes, for example. So they have to discuss very fast about what should do, what approach. How can we approach the 4th floor? But this is a special case because the kid is, for example, is hanging from the antenna of, I don't know, satellite. So in a strange situation, they have to work fast and reach a consensus and work in teams together. Yes and no. Consensus happens when there is a balance of competencies and when there is a balance of power. For example, if the university wants to build a new building, then the mayor should agree with this decision. The board of trustees should agree with this decision. A student association should agree with this decision. Professors should agree with this decision. There should be a consensus so that everyone agrees, so that they build a new building. So consensus, it depends on the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders in a command style or autocratic style? The stakeholders are limited. If you have a shop and you are the owner, you have an ice cream shop, even if you want to close the shop for 10 days, okay, that's your shop. You want to close your ice cream shop, close it. You don't make money. It doesn't affect others. But if you are the boss of a passport office, immigration office, if you close the immigration office, thousands of people are there complaining. So when the stakeholders are a lot, your decision influences a lot of people, and then there need to be a consensus in order to make a decision. Now, let's see this style, a slide. Motivating the individuals. How do I get the most out of each member of my innovation team? You see, here we have a behavior and we have antecedents and we have consequences. In fact, whether people across the business report to you or are simply contributors to your innovation activities, think carefully about how you will keep them motivated and how to maximize their contributions to the generation of ideas and implementation of innovation projects. Firstly, you need to focus on the behavior. I will talk about antecedents after this you are looking for. So, behavior. If I want Muhammad Aziz to smile, I am looking for a behavior. What kind of behavior do I want from Muhammad Aziz? Smile. A smile is a behavior. What should I do? What should I do to get Muhammad Aziz to smile? I ask Lida. Lida says Muhammad Aziz likes chocolate. So, chocolate is an antecedent, is a requirement. I go to Muhammad Aziz, I say, I want to give you a chocolate. And Muhammad Aziz starts smiling because he cannot help himself. He likes chocolate. The moment he hears the word chocolate, he goes crazy, just like that. And the behavior which is smiling is produced. I'm the motivator, and I produce the behavior I wanted to produce based on chocolate. Chocolate is an antecedent, is a requirement. And sometimes this is how you need to elicit the behavior. It may be that you want people to volunteer at least one idea a month in your innovation project. So instead of Muhammad Aziz smiling, I want Muhammad Aziz to come up with at least one idea a month, or to participate in the innovation workshops, or simply to feedback information about changes in the market to the relevant department. These are the behaviors I want. Whatever it is, people's behavior will be determined by what comes before they need to do. These requirements, what Muhammad Aziz needs to do, is the antecedent. And what comes after is the consequence. So here. Chocolate is here. I draw a chocolate which I want to go to give it to Muhammad Aziz. Is the antecedent. What is the consequence? Smile. And a smile is the behavior. Okay? Chocolate, smile. Bribery. Okay. Yeah, okay. Farid likes pomegranate. Okay. So this is how you need to think of your innovation followers in your team members. You need to see also sometimes beside the antecedents, you need to look at the capabilities. I want, for example, Farid to play piano, and this is a piano. Okay? I want Farid to play a piano, but this is a behavior and consequence. The performance, playing the piano is a behavior, is a performance, is a result. So what should I do here to link this to this? I need to train Farid, because Farid does not play piano. I need to train Farid. I need to give Farid the capability. So that's why we have capabilities here. And this capability leads to playing the piano. So you need to think of this as well, about the people you are going to lead. So antecedents, you need to make it clear what is expected of them and what the outcomes should look like. Just a second. Because once you have chosen the right people for the task, you need to set them up for success by making it clear what is expected of them. So when you tell people what you expect them, this is a kind of antecedent as well. I tell Farid, I want you to smile with this chocolate. So Farid is ready mentally. Pomegranate. Targets should be stretching, but should not overstretch individuals, as this can be demotivating. So I want Farid to come up with one idea every month, and this is the target. This is difficult for Farid, but okay, possible. Then I go to Shakufa, I say, Shakufa, I want you to come up with 5 ideas. This is possible for Shakufa, and Shakufa accepts it. It's not very easy, but it's possible. Then I go to, for example, Abdul Mubin and say, I want Abdul Mubin to come up with 100 ideas every month. This is overstretching, because 100 ideas per month is too much. So in the antecedents part, when you want to set the goals, you need to use the goals which are challenging to make them hard work, but not overstretching. The target should reflect the business need you are looking to address. If I want Farid to come up with new ideas, I should not ask Farid to play piano. Okay? Also, check that individuals have the necessary skills, knowledge, and experience, and arrange personal development activities for those that they need. If I want Farid to play piano, I make sure that Farid has the necessary training. If I want Farid to come up with new ideas and have a very effective teamwork, I have to make sure Farid knows how to work effectively in a team. So Farid needs training. I have to give Farid the training. Okay? So I have to think about the resources. Also, Farid needs to be effective. As a consequence, you need to look closely at each task and assess the natural consequences for each person, and avoid situations where there are positive consequences for doing a bad job. Think of ways to use consequences to drive positive behavior. So you need to avoid those situations where there are positive consequences for doing a bad job. It means that if you do the bad job and suddenly there is a positive consequence, this is dangerous because this is a negative reinforcement. You do wrong, but you get right results by chance or something like that. All team members work hard, you don't work hard, the team becomes successful, you are happy. This is bad because you have not worked hard, your team members have worked hard, but you consider the positive consequence is there. So you feel happy, but in fact I should warn you because then you get used to not working very hard. You need also focus on natural or non-financial rewards. Not always money can be a good gift. Providing opportunities for personal development, so you feel that you are learning something, this is a good reward. Allowing people to present to senior managers, you feel important. If I ask Navid to present ideas in front of managers, Navid feels important. This is not money, this is not about something tangible, but the feeling is very motivating. Make sure that they see an idea through to completion, or simply take the time to stop and say thank you. Here wants to say that you see, if you have an idea, you're working on an idea with your team, the team should see where this idea is going, have a forecast of the future. And you need to always say thank you to them, motivate them, and appreciate. So there are some concluding remarks here. The first 10 weeks of the new leader of an innovation team is critical. Each week is a journey on its own, which requires a different approach. New leaders can be highly successful if they possess proper self-perception, suitable personal attributes, and effective leadership styles. These three are very important, and please try to think about them while you are alone and see how you can develop these things. Innovation team leaders can get the most out of each member if they set the antecedents right and assess the consequences for each member. So every individual, think of Farid, Navid, and Ubaidullah. See what are the right antecedents for Farid, what are the right antecedents for Navid, what are the right antecedents for Ubaidullah, and what are the consequences for Farid, Navid, and Ubaidullah. So that when they work together, They are all three happy, they are all three productive, and they all together meet the goals of the team. And that's it for today. Now we are going to have the presentations. If you have any questions, please ask me. If not, we go for presentations. Competencies. Competencies. You know, have you ever heard of a creativity workshop? Creativity workshops are the workshops which help you think creatively. There are certain, like for example, I was in a creativity workshop for a few days. We had to do different tasks. Drawing classes, storytelling, a lot of imagination work. So these workshops help you be more creative. So when I finished the workshop, I was more competent. So competency has to do with ability. Okay? When you think of competency, think of ability. Ubaidullah, what are your computer competencies? Only computer competencies. Do you know how to use internet, Ubaidullah? Do you know how to work with Excel? Do you know how to work with PowerPoint? Do you know how to work with, I don't know, SPSS? Do you know SPSS, Ubaidullah? If you don't know it, you are not competent in SPSS. So if I give you a job which involves the software SPSS, you're not competent. What do? You go to a class, you learn how to work with the software, you become competent, and you can do the job. That's it, competency. The leadership styles, Nasir was not in class, so Nasir wants to know the leadership style. Which leadership style do you like to know, Nasir? And you can talk, by the way. So, which one you don't understand? Nasir? On this page, if somebody has a question, please ask me. Okay. Now, who is going to present? So, who wants to read first? Nida or Mustafa? Or Brisha? You don't have much time. Okay, Brishna, I make you The Brishna is a lady, right? Okay. Okay, Brishna, do you know how to upload your PowerPoint? Brishna, did you send me your file? Was it the SWOT analysis? Okay, Brishna, I have not. Have I received the PowerPoint? What is core of previous week? No, I don't know, Brishna. Let me search again. Okay, Brishna is the SWOT analysis. Brishna, true? Okay. I'm uploading. Is that yours, Brishna? Okay, I make you the speaker. Go ahead.
Hello?
Can everyone hear Brishna?
Hello, good evening.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, today my presentation is about SWOT analysis.
Yes.
SWOT analysis, it means that we are looking at our business to determine the factors which will have the most impact on our business.
Okay.
Yeah, next slide, sir.
Should I go? You should go yourself. You can change the slide.
Oh.
Go on the top.
Oh, I can? Okay. Yeah, I think I can.
You can?
Yeah, no, yes, I can. Thank you. Yeah, SWOT analysis is planning method used to evaluate the strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat of an organization. The key analysis to identify the key internal and external factors that are important to achieving the objectives. Do you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. And also, the SWOT analysis are divided in two groups, internal and external factors. The internal factors can be strengths and weaknesses, and external factors are opportunities and threats. Sorry. Strength can be capacity, skills, knowledge, and also a powerful team. And also the weaknesses, I think there are some problems. The pictures are on the text, so sorry. The strength can be capacity to resist force or pressure, capital, knowledge, and skill. And also weaknesses can be poor perception of brand, lack of management, or other employee talent. And also, and also the opportunities, it is yeah, the opportunities are external factors. They can be new market factor service, financial or legal troubles for competitors, new technology that we can upload or adopt. And threat can be competitors, political factors, and new technology. The political factors and also new technology can be a threat and also can be an opportunity for our company. And also there is an example about PCS company, which is a private, non-governmental, and non-political of-owned company, specialized in journalism and media, capacity building and development, organizational development, governance, leadership, promotion, community development, which provide consultancy service for its clients throughout Afghanistan. And SWOT analysis of market position of PCS company. And this company has its strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat. The strength of the PCS company is experts in different fields, and most of the experts has the MA degree that they are able to give training in different areas as human rights, media and journalism, business and social communication, management, and leadership. Do you hear me, sir?
Hear you.
Okay, yes, thank you. And weaknesses, also the PCS weaknesses can be it's new established and do not have experience in conducting projects alone, and a lack of connection with donors. And its opportunities are adoption, new technology, and powerful partners. It's the media. It focuses more on media, and it has a powerful partner, which they are a photographer, and they are making documentary film. So it's a good opportunity for it. And the threats are.
What do you mean by adoption of the new technology?
Sir?
What do you mean by adoption of new technology?
Sir, do you have any question?
I write my question. What?
Yeah, because
by adoption of new technology.
Yeah, there's new technology for editing the clips, like Pro Tools, and this technology is not with other companies. And if they adopt this technology in their organization, it will be very good, because the quality of the editing and the material will be very better than other using by other technologies.
Very good, thank you.
And also the opportunity in the threats are experienced organization and their connection with donors.
Okay.
Yeah. So to sum, it is clear that using SWOT analysis method is a basic technique that is often used in strategic planning, improving company success, organizational development, and identifying competitive advantage. Evaluating these four factors, strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats, will help to make better decisions and keep a company
Okay.
to the road to success, on the road to success. Yeah, and my recommendation to PCS company, as we see, it has its great weaknesses and opportunity. To change these weaknesses to strength, it can focus more on marketing, and the PCS company can try to get small projects at beginning with less price, and also meet different people, invite them, and introduce PCS company, and also they can distribute their brochures. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody has a question? Student? Okay. Obaidullah, where is PCS? How can we contact them? Can you answer? Brishna?
Yes, sir.
There is a question from Obaidullah.
Let me check. Where is PC? How can we contact them? Contact them. Yeah, you can contact with me. I am the owner of PCS company.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Thank you very much, Krishna. I liked it. It was brief. It was to the point. It was
Thank you, sir.
the time limit, so I don't see any problem giving you a full mark. So thank you very much. Next, move to the next presenter, Lida. Lida, are you ready?
Sir, I have a kind request. When our classmates are presenting, can you turn off the mic, your mic, because it is echoing and we hear twice the sound.
Okay,
Thank you.
Sure. I will do that. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Okay, Lida. Lida, what was your presentation topic? Lida, I need to know your presentation topic. Okay, can you email it to me so that I upload it for you?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. I just need your presentation.
Sir, I have maybe already.
Let me check. Did you send it this morning?
No, sir, right now.
Lida, you can start.
Sir, there is no.
Is it uploaded?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Today is my topic about technology management and innovation. As we all are living in the period of technology, so it is not
I think it is not difficult to understand or to know about the technology. So here I give you a definition of technology. Technology is a Greek word derived from the synthesis of the two words, techno and logos, meaning logic or sciences. And here is a link. You can, if you want to know more about the technology, so you can go and search about it. And also another definition was by Pop. He was quoted that technology management is the use of science-based knowledge to meet the needs. Perfectly describes the concept of technology as a bridge between the science and the new products. Like the Pop derives technology as a bridge between the science and bridge between the products. How these two coincide with each other and how they can prove the meaning of the technology. Technology has a wide range of potential effects on management. Like how technology has a wide range of potential effects on management. Like reduce the cost operations. Like how it reduces the cost of operations. For example, if Dell computers use the technologies to create new classes or enabling the cost of the company to sell computers cheaper than the most other vendors, like their computers usually use the technologies to use, hello? Hello, sir?
I can hear you, Lida. I have no problem. Others seemingly have problems.
The next point is new products and new market creation. We can explain the new product and new market creation, for example, as Sony Corporation. For example, Sony used to create a new class of portable consumer electronics. For example, cassette tape recorders and CD players for the people. Another point is adoption to change in its skills and format.
Excuse me, sir. Mic is on again.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? The next point is adoption to changes in the skills and format. We can explain like some companies addresses how small devices such as cell phones, personal digital assistants, and another MP3 players are become a product and can support various features and functions. For example, some cell phones can begin to support emails, web browsing, text messaging, and even picture taking. Improve customer services, recognize administration operation. Improve customer services, for example, if a person wants to go to for example, we take a simple example of tracking system. If a person wants to know about his shipment, the location of a shipment, so without going to talk with the educated person, he can to report his shipment. He can to search his shipment through World Wide Web. Customer can find the location of their shipment without even talking to another person who is located on that job. Recognize administration operation. For example, we take a banking industry. For example, we take banking industry, like it has reduced the cost of serving customers by using technology such as automated teller machine. You can check your account, you can check your balance without any charges, or also you can toll-free call without any charges. Another is technology management. Technology management is a set of policies and practices leveraged between to best maintain and enhance the competitive advantages to firm property. Technology is inherently difficult because it is constantly changing. Of course, technology can't be manageable because it's changing after each second, minute, and after each hour. It's continuously going on and changing. The other point is technology management needs to be separated from research and development. Research and development refers to the process by which a company runs its research laboratories and other operations for the creation of the new technologies. Here is the technology and innovation. Technologically, change is a combination of two activities. One is innovation and invention, another is innovation. Envision development of a new idea that has successful applications. Like a person can invent a thing, a product, but innovation is a complex term. It's referring to how an innovation is brought into a commercialized usage. Invention is defined by one person. It can be by one person. Innovation is a teamwork. Innovation is the way to broad growth in your organization. Innovation, putting ideas into valuable action. This means merely begins creative isn't enough. An innovation firm must move ideas from the concept stage to evaluation stage. Of course, we have to, in innovation, we have lots of stages. We have to pass through different stages, and then we can launch our new product or a new services. Innovation management, like how we can manage our innovation. For example, innovation management process by manage the quality manage. It can be managed like a sales pipeline manage, another business process or manage. Difference is that innovation is the process that an organization can use to grow. You have to have people to collect ideas, pick the right one rapidly, and put them into action that generate values. Of course, for innovation, you have those persons who can do the right things on the right times. Not every person can be innovative. It is not we can't say that every person is innovative. It is not possible. You have to select the innovative person that can collect ideas, pick the right ideas, and put it into a structure that makes grow of your products and make to product an innovative thing. What is key innovation? What is the key of innovation? Key of innovation is the people. Right people is the key innovation. To understand what is the innovation management process is, you have to understand how people are implemented in your organizations, how they work in your organization, how they work in a team for to innovate innovation. So it is very important for the search of a good person for innovation. The key innovation is the people, and selecting of the right people is the most toughest job in the innovation. Innovation management technology framework, you need to find, as I said the previous slides, that you need to find people who are successful in their organization. These people will not be defined by the organization title. Of course, as we can say, as a very famous proverb that we cannot judge the book by its cover. So we cannot the people judge by their title. We cannot say that the VP of that marketing manager is a very innovative person. It is not possible. if a person is a very simple ranking, he can be a very innovative. It is not innovation is not such a it's a title like by you can understand you can recognize the person by the title of the job that or you can think that this person must be very innovative. If a person is a manager, so he will be a good innovative. So it is not that. Innovation a person you can find how he plays role in the company, how he collects the idea, how he is working in the team. Okay, sir. Just one slide was left. It is on purpose. There are 5 steps of innovation: how you generate the ideas, how you capture, how you evaluate, how you develop, and then you launch your product in the market. Thank you so much, sir.
Very nice, Lida. Thank you very much. You finished on time. I liked your presentation because you presented almost a lot of the material that we covered in this course. It was very comprehensive. I just have a note because in one of your slides you mentioned that invention is done by someone, but innovation is a teamwork. I just want to tell you that invention is also a teamwork. Remember the brothers of Wright who invented the airplane? There were 2. Just one example to let you know. And invention is also a very, very strong teamwork when a couple of engineers work together in order to develop a new technology, a new machine. So invention is teamwork, innovation is teamwork. The difference is that when you invent, it is not yet commercialized. Okay? So it's a different part.
Okay.
Another thing that I want to say that please put slide numbers so that if somebody has a question, she could say, Lida, go to slide number 2020, I have this one. Okay? Another thing I want to say is that these slides, did you make them or you copied them? Lida?
Hello, sir.
I want to ask you, did you make these slides yourself?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
It was my hard work.
Okay. I totally believe that. Just give some references whenever, because you know all of these words are not yours, so you need to put the references at the end of each slide. Okay?
Okay, sir.
But I totally loved your presentation, so you get a very good score. It seems the ladies in this class are more hardworking than the boys. Anyway, does anyone have a question from Lida? Does anyone have a question? Okay. We have Mustafa as the next presenter, but I prefer Mustafa present next week because we don't have enough time. Okay. Mustafa, do you like to present today, or is it okay with you to present next week? Is it okay?
Can I speak to you directly, sir? Can I speak directly, sir?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't know what was the misunderstanding between me and Ms. Oriya. I made a presentation on SWOT analysis.
I cannot hear you very well. Can you write it down? I cannot hear you very well.
Yes, sir.
Very well. So we have specified Mustafa, Hakmal, Farid, Aman, and Muhammad Aziz as presenters for the next 2 weeks. Mustafa, Hakmal, Farid next week. Aman, Muhammad the week after the following week. And for the final exam, because I received an email from, who sent me an email? Who wrote me about the test or something? It was, I don't remember. Muhammad Aziz, you sent me an email? Okay. 10% is your presentation. This is 10%. Of course, some people are more active than others in class. And these people are always ready, are always making a contribution, discuss, ask questions. So 20% they get for their class for participation. So 20% and 10% becomes 30%. You got it. 50% is your exam. I give you questions, I don't know, like other classes that you have. You go, you have 50%, you have your exams. So this is 80%. 20% is a review. Article review, and you need to write only 3 pages maximum. So I will email you a list of articles and you can write a review and send it to me. I read it, I grade it. That's it. So all in all, 10% presentation, 20% class participation, 50% exam, 20% article review. Yes, I changed it because I want a different approach. Normally, everything depends on how students work. So I reduced the final exam because I want you to be more active by presentation and class participation. So forget about what Aman says, just stick to what I said. Any questions? Everybody agrees? Now we do the consensus-driven approach. Because I want your commitment. Okay. Even these papers, the 4 papers that I emailed to you, you can write a summary. Okay? Thank you. Okay, have a lovely evening. See you next week. I will email you the PowerPoint. I will email you extra articles. And I hope you enjoyed your class. Thank you to the presenters. Thank you to Shagufa. Thank you to Brishna. Thank you to Lida. And I hope you are going to enjoy your evening. Take care and bye-bye.